That's what I'm gonna say for your intro.
What?
I'm gonna be like, this is my boy Kenyatta, aka Yatta Yatta.
Cause that boy ain't saying nothing.
Is that aka talks a lot but ain't saying nothing, aka Yatta Yatta.
That's so terrible.
He's like, talks a lot but ain't saying nada. All he's talking about is yada yada yada.
That's better. Okay, you gonna do your own. You gonna do your own intro, nigga.
What's going on, guys? It is episode 15 of the Market Podcast. I am Wesley, your one and only, the one that never leaves you, never forsakes you.
That's a lie.
Always fucks you.
That's funny because you might walk out of this podcast early, depending on how long
like
this
I
runs.
said, we don't talk about that.
Nigga, we will if it goes back to certain time.
My name's Haig. My eyes are hurting because no, I'm kidding. But last time it looked like my eyes were hurting on the podcast. Yeah. That's how it would be.
Yeah, all that staring you were doing that one time.
I was like,
like,
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'll definitely be here to finish y'all off. Don't worry.
Don't do that.
You're very gay.
Man's gonna record.
What's the problem?
Man's gonna record something in post
Exactly.
in his room
It's not a problem.
while he's editing.
Exactly. All right.
Hey, what it is it's your boy Trey, aka the Hot Glue Gun, aka the Hot Glue God. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going nowhere.
You're not a god, you fuck.
That boy's sticky as fuck.
Who's the hot glue guy? What is he? The god of cosplaying?
And it's
What is he cosplaying? Nut?
ew. The hot glue.
I was talking about from a craft standpoint, but all right.
We're gonna cosplay glue, man.
Wesley's
That's
constantly
terrible,
thinking about semen. Anyway.
Okay, and it's me, Kenyatta, aka never talking about nada, aka your boy yada yada yada, nigga. Rada rada from chowder head ass, nigga. The fuck you talking about?
That's not good. You don't want to be Schnitzel from Chowder.
Why?
Have you seen that nigga hairline?
He doesn't even have a hairline.
Exactly.
He's all hair. What are you talking
He
about?
doesn't even have any hair. What are you talking? Yo, y'all niggas is weird. All right.
And
It's
I'm
so
Nico.
bad he doesn't have one.
Yep. Welcome back.
Mr. Behind the Technology.
No.
For you
Terrible.
behind the technology.
Trash. Die.
Call that the backbone.
No. No. I will call it no. I will call it no such thing, sir. Anyway.
You better watch
That's
your
a real term. That's a real term in the tech world.
Oh,
So,
damn.
All right.
yeah. So welcome back. This is episode 15 of the Market Podcast. Kenyatta's back once again
It me.
because why the hell not?
You know.
We got
He came to my house and never left, so, yeah.
Facts.
basically
What am I to do?
Figure what I'm about to do.
Kick him out.
housekeeping. We're gonna get moving here, but the Death Stranding spoilercast is not moving at all, but it'll happen eventually. Don't worry. Once I get the chance to edit it, I'm busy. I have a lot of schoolwork.
I'm busy procrastinating.
I'm busy getting my assignments done right.
What?
I don't know about that. Other thing, real quickly, Rip Kobe. That just happened yesterday for us.
Man. That's like celebrity deaths don't affect me, but this one it hit my chest hard as fuck. R.I.P. the Mamba out. It don't make no damn
This man
sense.
was driving while he heard that news.
I'm saying, nigga, I did not believe that shit at all.
You had
I
to-
thought it was a hoax.
You
I was
had,
working.
you had to pull over?
Nigga, I was like,
That was one of those.
nigga, I was saying wow for 30 fucking minutes.
I know.
I was like, this is impossible. I kept
was like,
seeing
wow.
all these niggas being like, he's gonna be missed. I was like, hell nah, this is some fucking bullshit. And then on top of that, his daughter and his, oh no. All right, get me sick.
And 7 other people.
Yeah, man, terrible.
Yeah, RIP to them. We don't know who they are, but they will be never forgotten. As
Very missed.
yes,
With
need
no,
to-
be
with
never
no names.
forgotten, but we don't even know their name.
those
Yeah.
people, those were the real ones.
They need to.
That's all they need to know.
They need to build a statue ASAP now, like tomorrow.
I have been hearing about who actually was on that helicopter a little bit because
Yeah.
it's like as the family learns about
keeps
these
getting
things,
worse.
it gets out.
It
so,
keeps getting worse the more you hear about it.
yeah, so very tough situation yesterday, but yeah. All right, let's move on. Okay, you gotta pick up the mood here. You know, we can't be sitting here in the dumps. The world, life goes on. You know.
This nigga's life won't go on if you say that again.
Well,
Cheap. All right, we don't actually have that much news today, so but we're gonna take our time going through it, and we'll have a good podcast for you. You know. All right, so first things first. Let's go window shopping. All right. Go see what's in the windows. You know, don't buy nothing, but just see what's in the windows.
Don't tell them not to buy nothing.
Look, I know you guys are broke as fuck. That's why y'all watching us for free. Y'all some bitch ass niggas. But
looking at us, look at the camera, look at them, the audience.
Nigga, how do they watch us? How do they pay to watch us?
What? Donations.
Facts. The Patreon
we do not have that set up.
You can only watch us on YouTube.
Nah, if you a real one, you'll set one up for us and donate to it.
Exactly.
Cheap.
But y'all some bitch ass niggas.
Yeah, so y'all won't do it.
Unsubscribe.
All right. All right.
Okay. I didn't say all that.
We didn't say all that. I'll be definitely kicking Yatta out of my house in the next few hours. All right.
So we have an idea of what the ports on the Xbox Series X might look like for real this time.
Oh, okay.
Because last time it was AMD fooling us, like a bunch of fucks they are.
Oh, we just wanted to put that on blast. You know, I just want to get people hype. You know, it wasn't true, but
wait, so what happened?
Oh, last time during CES and AMD's press conference there, they showed off. They were talking about like next gen consoles. They showed off the Xbox Series S. They had like a render where it like spun around, and you could see the back of it with the ports on it.
Yeah.
Turns out that wasn't actually a real render though. It was just something they got from some dude online, and we were just like, "Yo, how you doing that?"
Oh, this? Oh, I saw it. I didn't mean that for you.
So everyone was like,
exactly.
Everyone was like, "Oh, look at this," and then they were just like, "Oh, it's fake." Oh, wow.
And they ruined our podcast, and now we get no views because we're liars.
Nigga. That's terrible.
But don't worry, we didn't cut it out.
Side note: AMD had some really strange thing with
out
the graphics card launch recently. They came out with the new 5600 XT, and like right before launch, they released a BIOS update for the card, which is not something you see. You don't have to usually have to update your BIOS for your graphics card.
Yeah.
That like improved performance by like 10-30%, something like that. I don't remember the actual number. And like people were like, "Yo, what are you doing?"
Yeah, what? The only thing I can think of is like, I don't know, maybe they're not repairing, but like calibrating something with the
like and it worked.
Graphics card's
like,
connection with the motherboard, but like.
But now the problem is that people there are some cards on the shelf already that don't have the new BIOS update, and most consumers aren't going to know about that or be comfortable with doing it because updating your graphics card BIOS is a little bit more tedious.
Yeah.
And then there's also the fact that there's another weird thing where this is a complete tangent. The chips on the graphics card, sometimes they were different. They were the chips that go in the 2080 Ti.
Why?
I don't know. We're trying to figure that out right now in the tech world.
It's a big mystery.
Complete tangent.
Don't understand.
All right, Nico, let me see.
So this is courtesy of Doug Drago X on Twitter.
Forget X.
Although this isn't, I don't think he's the original one who actually took these pictures, but he shared them. This is what a prototype of the Xbox Series X looks like.
Yo, so let me see that ass right quick. Turn that shit around.
Hey.
Yeah.
Turn around for me.
Looking good.
So, I'm going to pull this up on my computer so I can look at it easier, because I don't wear my glasses.
So, we get, looks like we got...
So, hold on, go back to the front for a second, because let's address that real quickly.
What is that?
The front's pretty simple. It's, so... USB on the bottom right. It's basically how the render was that we saw. The only difference is the sync button's there as well, which is good because these two things weren't there when we originally saw the console back at the Game Awards.
Yes.
But those are obvious. Those are not surprising to see. So the front of the console is pretty straightforward, but this is how big it looks. You can see it's a sizable thickness like this.
Yeah.
You know, it's not small, but it's definitely not like a huge machine either. And then then obviously we had the back, which is the more interesting part here. So
the back.
Of course, this is a prototype, so this isn't finalized, but this is generally where we're going.
Back.
So unfortunately, nothing like the render we saw at all. Ports are in the middle of the console. There's only one HDMI, so no HDMI in. I was preaching would be nice to have.
Yeah.
But everything else is pretty much what you'd expect. it's, there's Ethernet, there's USB-A, there's your optical audio port, power connector, and then there's a spot here which has been talked about being for a few different things. Yeah. People are talking about possibilities for this being a storage expansion slot to put some sort of M.2 card in there. Yeah. People are saying this is just the dev port that they use, that they plug into it could be a dev kit.
And proprietary port or something for the dev. Yeah.
Yeah. Although they don't say this is a dev kit per se, it's just a prototype. But so we don't really know that. And really those two things are the things that people are thinking that might be what that slot is for. Because it really isn't obvious. It looks like just a hole at the moment.
Something interesting though, at the top it says Xbox product name placeholder, so it doesn't even have the Series X naming a title on the tag there.
Yeah. So it's very possible they didn't, this might have been made before.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They announced it or something.
What's the slot next to it with the little lock? What is it?
Wait, which one?
Go up.
Top left.
That's the Kensington lock?
The Kensington lock.
Top right, next to the...
Yeah, it's a Kensington lock.
Yeah, it's like it's just a little hole. It's in a lot of computers and things like that too. If you're like in a store, you'll see those like cables that are like hooked into it, so you can't steal the laptop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so those are on a lot of electronics. You see that usually. You see the little lock with the K next to it. That's usually what
you mean the Los Angeles niggers are going to steal the fucking...
It'd be sick.
What's that at the top there?
It's a little vent.
Is it just a vent? I guess. Okay. It's a little weird.
It almost looks like a grip.
Yeah. Or like a handle.
Like a drawer or some shit.
Or something to
maybe open. You can pry off the back, yeah. I mean, that might be just for the prototype.
It's going to turn out that the Xbox... it's going to turn out that it really is just a PC, and you just bust it open and switch out motherboards and shit.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
We were talking about modularity, so in the new consoles, so
I mean, we'll have to see. There's gonna have to be a way to upgrade or add extra storage to this thing. So we don't know what that means yet. It could be this little hole here. It could be taking the whole back off. We're not gonna know until it comes out probably. So you have the ventilation holes here, and so the interesting thing about this, console is it's just there's a giant fan up here, as far as I know. And it just pulls air through from the bottom to the top, and that's just how it...
Yeah, we know there's like one big vent on the top.
Yeah, so that's just how it goes. Yeah. So the bottom is for the intake.
Fuck that completely up. You already know niggas is gonna stack shit on top.
Yeah.
And it's gonna melt.
Melt your whole console.
I'm saying, niggas gonna look stupid.
Does it look like...
Exactly, that's their fault.
It's gonna look like a candle. It's just gonna
be... Exactly.
Exactly.
Sick nigga. Yeah. Just melting like the fucking Wicked Witch of the goddamn West. Niggas is retarded, I swear. They're gonna do it.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna be surprised. And you're gonna see people like Xbox is trash because then my console melted. No nigga. That's all you. You fucking hot summer ice cream melted down to the cone head ass nigga.
Oh,
I'm waiting
man.
for it. Here it comes.
It's gonna be real fun.
Me sick.
Yeah, people are really stupid in the comment section of this thing. I mean, so this looks pretty real. It doesn't look fake to me. So I'm going to assume this is pretty real.
Yeah.
You said people in the comments are stupid?
Yeah, someone was saying, why buy a console that looks like a cardboard box, has average components that can barely run a game at 4K, which isn't the case.
Well, these consoles supposed to run 8K, right?
I think there's like a rumor going around that like there was something about Xbox. I seen Tech Review USA talking about it. It was like it's not going to be as powerful as the PS4 because
I've heard both ways.
Shit. But it's like we don't even know anything about this. Y'all are just speculating at this point. Just wait till we get like everything we need to get, and then you can say something.
But can barely run a game at 4K. That's what that thing does right now.
Exactly.
That's what the Xbox One X does.
Yeah, people don't know what they're talking about.
That game runs games barely at 4K.
These are the same niggas
that game runs them better than the Pro does, and the Pro runs them barely at 4K. So you're telling me that the new console with all this new technology in it is going to do the same thing that that's doing? That's a lie. And this is when you can build a better performing game PC for a few $100s more.
Pretty sure.
No.
Pretty sure.
No.
Nigga, this cost is like, it's going to cost like at least
$450, $500.
I mean, you will be able to... If you building a better performing game PC will probably cost about $500 more than what the console is going to cost.
You're saying a couple more dollars, nigga.
You're doubling.
Because in reality, what this console should be able to do should cost you around $700, $800 in the PC world.
Yeah.
Because of, you get the bulk ordering of, AMD chips and all this stuff. Like, you get ways to bring the price down compared to buying those parts and building it yourself. And then to build something more powerful, you got to spend like at least $1,000, maybe more, to actually, hopefully, based on what we understand about these consoles, to actually outperform it.
I'm gonna go on Oprah to win
This guy's
free,
funny, though.
Xbox One X.
It hasn't even been out. It's already collecting dust.
Or
And then put the stupid laughing emoji.
I'm gonna go on Oprah and get that as a gift because she gives away cards. She's like, you get a box. You get a box.
A box.
You
You get a box.
get a box.
All right. Well, I mean, that's it. That's what it is. No Type C yet, unfortunately. Although I did see a render yesterday. I didn't put it in here because it didn't look official in any way. But it had like a Type C port at the bottom here somewhere. We'll see. I would like to see at least one Type C on the back and have the other be a normal. But it depends on what they're planning to do with the system. So it might not make sense to have Type C. So we're gonna see. Moving on. Number 2 is Ninja Theory has a lot to show us today. Game developer Ninja Theory, developer of Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, dropped the first video of a new Dev Diary series called the Dreadnought Diaries. And this particular video was called The Mission. Most times when developers drop Dev Diaries, usually that interesting sometimes. It's more interesting for the behind the scenes look. Not something we talk on this podcast or something like that. But there's a few interesting things here though. So during this, they talked about their future plans in the studio with small teams working on big projects. They're saying that's something they're still looking forward to doing because there was only a team of 20 people who made Senua's Sacrifice. That was it. And that game is pretty much AAA level.
It's very beautiful. I did not finish it.
I don't know if you knew this. We've talked about this a bunch of times before, but I don't know if you knew this, Kenyatta.
I don't like how you're smiling right now.
The actress that plays Senua wasn't actually an actress before this. She was a part of the game development team, and they were just like, "You want to do this?" And she was like, "Sure." And
wasn't it like she needed to stand in for some reason? Yeah,
and then they liked her performance on one of the things. They were like, "You should do this," and she was like, "Okay." And so they had a live mocapped performance in front of like a crowd and stuff, and she was like so nerve-wracked she was crying, but it played into the performance and she did amazing.
Bro, it's like on the low, like she actually wanted this, so she just like murdered the actual actress.
She murdered her
with a call. Like she had years of training under her belt, and she was waiting for the opportunity. She strangled her like Hitman 13 with that fiber wire, and was like, "Shh, it's my time to shine.
It's all over now."
And then like they came to her like, "We don't know where this bitch is. Did you want to come?" I mean, if you want me to go,
but she did a good.
Yeah, she came up behind her and while she was strangling her, she was like,
"Oh
and then
man!"
she fades to blackness.
Yeah, but she did a great job. She did an amazing job.
Yeah, she was standing in as a placeholder until they found someone to act.
That's what it was.
And then they realized that she was just good at it, so they did it with her.
It's like she's gonna kill every other actress anyway. You might as well.
All right.
So then they re-showed the Hellblade 2 trailer during this video, and then they announced that Hellblade 2 is being made with a team of 40 people, which doubles the size of the original game, which is still a small team for a AAA level game.
Yes.
Then they talked about, so that's the first part of the video. Then they talked about a new initiative within the studio that's in conjunction with psychologists called the Insight Project. It's about mental health. I could go into more detail, but like I didn't really get a good description of it that I could really relay it to you guys. But if you look it up, you'll see what it's about if you're interested. And that's kind of like a research sort of thing. That's pretty cool. And then finally, the more interesting part, they announced Project Mara, which is a now in development experimental title. And there's a short trailer, like 45 seconds. Let's watch that real quickly.
Okay.
And then we will, I'll tell you exactly what it is.
Okay.
Fucking okay.
What it is. Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Breathe in.
Oh, this is part of it.
Yeah.
I thought that was Nico.
Oh.
Yatta.
Oh, this don't look good, bruh.
That's a game, by the way.
That's a game.
That shit looks
that's
crazy.
ridiculous.
Yo, no.
Bitch.
You saw that?
Yes.
That's it. That's all there is.
That looks stupid,
She was
bro.
just like,
And I know it's like it's exploring more mental health stuff.
Yes, I'm going to read this. So it says Project Mara will be a real-world and grounded representation of mental terror. Based on real lived experience accounts and in-depth
Bro, that's
research,
about
our
to be
aim is to recreate the horrors of the
insane.
mind as accurately and as realistically as possible.
like with the Hellblade, fucking, because I guess they were going on for like the schizophrenia thing,
Yeah.
because you keep hearing voices and stuff like that.
Psychosis, yeah.
Psychosis,
Yeah,
yeah.
and it's like, I don't know, I just couldn't get too far in it, and I mean, I understand what the point was, but it's like, nigga, get the fuck out of my goddamn ear. I understand the point. Don't get me wrong. But
She
it's
can't
like,
do it. She'll never do it.
She sucks. She sucks. Look at her. She's gay.
It's like
You're gonna die!
You're gay. You're gay.
it's like
all being gay.
it's like permanently having me in your head, just talking shit.
It's just him doing that voice where he keeps shaking his fucking head and talking at the
You're
same
never
time.
going to do it.
I'm like, yo.
Oh.
She can't do this. She'll never do
The
it.
worst part is that they'll be trying to tell you, like, yo, he's coming up on your left.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
yeah,
his
yeah.
sword is already in your uterus. You're like, all right, I know. You're a little late, but thanks.
He's like, ching.
Yeah.
He's behind you.
The last part says Project Mara will be an experimental title and a showcase of what could become a new storytelling medium. So that looks interesting. So they're working on 2 projects on top of this Insight project thing.
Sure.
And they were, up until about a year and a half ago, they were a tiny developer with like 20 people
Yeah.
who made,
Killing it, man.
Hellblade.
you call dedication.
So Microsoft purchasing them
Now that's dedicated.
is good for them. It's good.
It's real good.
Exclusive. Dedicated wham.
Time exclusive.
They're arming the guns.
No.
Why not?
No, I'm not telling you. I'm telling Trey.
You have no idea.
Yeah, and just a reminder that Ninja Theory's multiplayer brawler Bleeding Edge is coming out on March 24th,
They have a
2020.
multiplayer thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
we
saw it at E3.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit.
Oh.
Actually, they showed it at the Game Awards too. Yeah, I just want to remind you guys about that because that's going a little bit under the radar. And considering that a lot of things are moving out of the beginning of this year, a lot of things have been getting delayed. Which, by the way, no new delays this week.
Thank God.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, nothing else is getting delayed, so hopefully not. But we have a few games. There's a lot more time now. March 24th. If you're not playing anything, might want to try it out. If you have Xbox Game Pass, which it'll launch right into, try it out. You don't got to buy the game.
Give it a goddamn try.
Exactly.
Demo, free trial.
All right, let's move on again. Number 3. Surprise.
Ah,
A new Kingdom Hearts game has been
Freaking out.
announced.
Holy.
Oh, like a whole game?
For a whole.
Not really. But it is a game.
It's more DLC.
It is currently dubbed Project Xehanort, and it is a new Kingdom Hearts experience coming to iOS and Android in the spring.
how did I get a feeling that this was
It's
going to
Kingdom
happen?
Hearts.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to
3.2.
a whole ass game.
That old
already.
ass man.
I don't. I s- like I said, I don't. I've only played like 365 days and.
God, 358 was damn good.
And like 1, I think, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's
only-
pretty much my extent
I
too.
don't.
Yeah.
I don't get
358
the
is
whole
so good,
point
yeah.
3, point 4, point 6, nigga. Just drop another game or leave it alone, or just drop DLC, nigga.
Nah, I get it.
Oh my goodness, shit's stupid. And then like, the
It
fact-
does make sense. It's just very confusing on the surface.
It's just dumb though, for real. And then, from what I heard,
2.8 was the funniest thing.
what I heard about
That was
the-
fucking funny.
What I heard about the third one, it was
But
like,
there's also a reasoning behind that too.
I'm talking.
Hey, I'm about to do what Kenyatta does.
Anyway, Kingdom Hearts 3. From what I heard, you have to know like every fucking game there possibly is, even the mobile games. And I'm just like,
There's one mobile game, and there's
no.
just movies from that to watch. That's all there
okay,
is.
so you can just watch the movie.
Yeah, that's what I.
And-
well, on 2.8, which is the collection, it comes with the movies that you can just watch right on there, which is
Okay.
what I did.
And technically, you don't need to know that because in 3 they don't reference it until the end.
What is
Of which then you could even just be like if you didn't watch it, you just be like, I don't know who that is.
Because the mobile
But then-
game is like stuff that takes place way earlier than anything else.
It's like the prequel, like before anything happened.
Explain to me what the purpose is of 0.67.7.
Oh, I thought you were gonna be so explain to me Kingdom Hearts. I was like, oh, we're gonna
No.
be
No,
here.
No,
We're gonna be.
I mean,
Yeah.
1.5 and 2.5 is just the remaster collections.
That's a podcast in on
and then
Exactly.
yeah, the points are just the point 0.5 things. 1.5 is just a remaster collection that includes a fully remastered version of 1, an up-res version of Rechain of Memories, and then just the movies from 358.
Okay.
Which upsets me.
Kingdom Hearts 2. Same. Kingdom Hearts 2.5 includes a fully remastered version of Kingdom Hearts 2, and then
it's
an
Birth by
up-res
Sleep.
of Birth by Sleep, and then the movies from Recoded.
So
Yes, which you don't need to watch.
It's games you already played, but it's just remastered.
Yeah, it's remaster collections.
Yeah, because altogether the Kingdom Hearts games are scattered across like 6 or 7 different consoles.
and now you can
Okay.
buy them in one package
Yeah,
called
that makes more
Kingdom Hearts:
sense
The
now.
Story So Far.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. I thought it was like different like games with just like DLC or something.
No, it's just
Well,
it's remaster collections. Well, there is things.
Every game that has one is the final mix version, where the U.S. just got the regular version. The Japan got the final mix version, which has a few extra keyblades, some challenges,
It takes some extra content.
and like
Yeah.
1 or 2 extra secret bosses.
But nothing like
Which
story
is-
wise though.
No,
Yeah.
which is one of them. It includes the hardest boss in the game and one of the hardest bosses in mainstream video games. He is incredibly bullshit. He hits like a truck, no matter how high of a level you are.
And then Kingdom Hearts
Semi-automatic
2.8 is it's a
With the
weird
semi.
it's a weird number, but it includes a remaster of it's not full. I guess it's not a full remaster, is it? Of
Basically.
Dream Drop Distance.
Yeah, so Dream Drop Distance.
It's got the movies from the mobile game, and then it's also got it was also a new small game called Birth by Sleep .2. That's basically sort of a prequel to Kingdom Hearts 3. That also continues stuff from Birth by Sleep. It's like a weird.
It was like
It was
So-
just like it was like a little demo thing to get you into Kingdom Hearts 3 that also has some story in it.
Yeah, it was basically like in Birth by Sleep, Aqua, who's one of the main characters, she more or less died, and she was walking in the realm of darkness, and it was like, okay, this is what was happening to her while the events of Kingdom Hearts were going on.
Yeah, yeah.
So then you liked the status, and then she was revived, right?
Stop.
He's sick.
We're not going to explain that.
Real quick,
No. All right.
when you mentioned Drop Distance, my mind went on a weird thought process. So I'm gonna need y'all to follow me on this one, right?
Oh boy.
So yeah, you said
about to
you
say
said Dream
something
Drop.
stupid. All right.
Oh, I know. I'm
You
ready.
said Dream Drop Distance.
Oh.
My mind went from that to Triple D to DDD to King DDD,
Yo,
He's sick.
This isn't.
and
ADHD
then
in this one.
finally Kirby Dreamland.
You're an idiot.
It's a
It came full circle.
Yeah, it
You're-
came full circle. It's a collaboration. That's what they're doing for this. That's what this is.
See, you're going to be
Okay.
bringing that stupidity to Texas. That scares me.
You don't
It's a
need
big
to-
stay. It's a lot for me to cover,
It's
man.
gonna start infecting people like the coronavirus.
Oh man.
But yeah.
And then you have Kingdom Hearts 3, which came out.
From stupid time.
And then now you have this that's coming. It's currently called Project Xehanort. It's coming out in spring of 2020, so sometime within the next few months or so. This is coming from Tyler Fisher over at Comic Book Gaming. So it will have in-app purchases, which suggests it might be free to play. Along with the announcement comes a tagline and 2 pictures. The tagline reads, "Why did he become the Seeker of Darkness?"
Yeah. That was like the big
And then the
question.
2 pictures are these, and that's Xehanort, right?
Yeah, that's him as a kid.
Yeah, when he's young.
He's at this point.
And
I
you
think
see
he's
that,
like Sora's
and you
age
see that in
Kingdom Hearts
trailers,
1.
and you see him in trailers for Kingdom Hearts 3 like that.
I mean, it's Meta Knight, so
Yeah, because it shows you're an idiot. It shows him and a younger Master Ericus when they were both like students together.
Yeah, that's right.
Like playing chess, and they're both basically hinting that I'm gonna become evil, and Ericus is like, Yeah, and if you do, I'm gonna fuck you up.
So much for that.
Freaking
And
just saying that.
Little-
I think
little
I'm
did-
gonna become evil. I'll fuck you up if you do. Just
Yeah, he was like, darkness is cunning. It's like, yeah, but light always finds a way. Bow, nigga.
And then this obviously is going to have something to do with all that.
And then he tricked his students into killing him.
'Cause it's Project Xehanort.
the TV dead.
There's Xehanort.
Hit it.
And then it says, why did he become the Seeker of Darkness?
I said,
That wasn't hard enough. Wow, it was.
I'm about to say, hit it like you mean it.
Yo, what is up with that TV, nigga?
It was the power supply.
Wow.
Yeah, and then the other cool thing is that there's a guess the name competition you can enter. You can guess the name of what the game's going to be called, which is Kingdom Hearts, so it could be anything.
it could literally be anything.
Because who the fuck was going to guess 358 over 2 days?
Exactly. Well,
They better give me a free copy if I get it right.
people were like,
Well, the game
what?
might be free to play, so we'll see.
People
Like
were
I
like,
said.
what the fuck?
It says up to
Is that-
10
is that
people.
name?
Up to 10 people can win, and the winners will, quote, win big, according to them. So
I can't remember.
But like I said, it has to do with Kirby. So.
I can't remember how it was organized. Can you go to Texas already, nigga? I can't remember how it happened. But if you played the app game, like, you know, Kingdom Hearts like Cross or whatever that was called, then your name had a chance of being in Kingdom Hearts 3. And that shit was dope.
real quickly,
I'm
this
not gonna
is
spoil
this
what
is
happened, but
Splash
yeah.
off for True Damage, Prestige Edition True Damage.
Finally, a
Senna.
true damage skin that I might actually want.
She wearing the Louis.
I love this whole thing.
Yeah, that looks like way better, by the way.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree.
The Louis Vuitton skin.
The
is,
Louis Vuitton.
dope.
Well, I think the Prestige Edition of Kiana's skin is better too than
Mine?
the
Oh yeah,
original.
definitely.
You said my skin? You said Kenyatta skin?
Kiana.
Kenyatta.
Yo, I actually have a coworker named Kiana.
That's nice.
So she was like, well, shit, nigga, that's mine. Like, you don't even play League. What the fuck?
You get no Louis.
Yeah,
All you
so
get is Lewis.
curious to see what this will be about. Obviously, can't speculate too heavily without going into spoilers, I assume.
Facts.
I can find a Louis for you.
But yeah, and we're supposed to be getting.
Wow.
The rumor has it that we're supposed to get another Kingdom Hearts game as well on top of this sooner than we might think. Or I think this might be the sooner than we think one, but there's another one that's in development as well.
Bro, I want to punch Wesley.
Don't know what that means. Don't know what's coming.
What did I do?
Don't know if it's going to be something mainline or if it's just going to be something small like this. I think weren't we getting like a VR thing?
You gotta find the Louis, huh?
There was a
that already come out?
There was like a VR
wasn't my
thing
fault.
like floating
Might have found a
around
good
here
spot
and
for you
there,
to
but
die.
I don't think it came of anything.
Okay. So we'll see about that. All right. Moving on then.
Yo.
Number 4. There was an interview with Hideo Kojima and Yoji Shinkawa from Kojima Productions. I'm gonna read a little bit of the stuff from it real quickly because there's some interesting things in here.
Okay.
Once the link opens. Excuse me, sir.
Hey man, take all the time you need.
Hey, no. You have to leave. In like 45 minutes.
Freaking high.
Here we go. So, recently, I'm going to read this from the article. This is...
Real quick before you start, hey Nico, get some memes together.
Are you okay?
He was sweating from his ass.
Say before I die. My last
Why?
wish.
Why is that the voice I use when I was sweating from my ass?
I don't know. I was gonna ask you.
Somebody
man.
plug me up. I'm leaking. Oh. He's sick.
You did it to yourself.
This is
My ass.
this is from Matt Bailey at Daily Gaming Report. So recently, Famitsu interviewed.
I just saw the meme on because fucking.
Recently, Famitsu interviewed Hideo Kojima and Yoji Shinkawa. In the interview, it was mentioned that Kojima Productions plans to produce smaller episodic games in the future. However, the developer still intends to create large-scale games such as Death Stranding. So it sounds like they want to do a little bit of mixture of both.
Good.
There's a lot in here, though, so I'm going to keep reading. So what they did discuss, ? The interview was primarily a reflection of their past work. However, there was talk about the future and of what we can expect from the developers. Kojima has plans to experiment with streaming services and hopes to produce movies on top of video games, which we've also heard.
Yeah.
The duo was also interested in the idea of creating manga. There have been thoughts on a mecha-centric world that is inspired by Death Stranding's Sam Porter Bridges. This has led to the suggestion of a potential anime, but this would be a huge project to undertake if it became real.
Like I said before, man, Death Stranding, I will probably never play that fucking game because it looks too boring to me. But I would definitely watch like cutscenes, watch a movie, watch an anime, read a manga, whatever.
Yeah.
That shit looks ridiculous. So
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see what they would actually do with that.
For now, the studio is focusing on its latest video game projects. One is a, quote, big game with the duo's intentions to produce weirder games than Death Stranding. Oh boy. The idea of creating smaller episodic games has not been 100% confirmed yet, as it depends on the workload ahead of for the developers. However, everything is to play for. Interesting way to say that. The creation of smaller episodic games may benefit the vast open world of Death Stranding and other games like it. Yeah, I can see that.
If Kojima said it before, I'll say it again.
You about to say something stupid?
Look,
You've been saying a lot.
Kojima
of shit.
said it, so it's not me.
All right, what do you say?
If he can do one thing, he can do anything.
Yeah, that is those are the
just
words
as simple
he said.
as that.
Okay.
Those are the words
It's
he
just
said.
as simple as
All right,
that.
you might have redeemed yourself. All right, let's just
I'm just quoting someone who I look up to.
all right,
Man.
that makes sense because usually you're retarded.
All right, so now you're just lying.
I want to do everything.
You don't even know Hideo
What's the
Kojima is.
problem?
Nigga, you can barely graduate high school on time.
Wow.
Sit down.
It's okay.
He's
I love how
already
it's
sitting
been
down.
it's been like fucking 5 years and we're still talking about that. Interestingly, speaking to Vulture
peppered.
back in December in regards to Death Stranding 2, Kojima said he would, quote, start from zero. Yeah. So it sounds like if he were to make the second Death Stranding game, he would start from the floor, from the ground up. Basically, instead of just developing on what they already created, I guess he would do something new
Nico.
in the universe.
That meme you just passed is basically Josiah. No, go up. That one. That was Josiah.
We're gonna build from the ground up to the fucking heavens until they hear my name.
Freaking name.
All right.
Clem.
Yeah, so that's interesting. I just wanted to get that out there. Any thoughts on that?
Like I said, I'm just interested to see what it is. Like I said, Death Stranding not my type of game, but if he does something different with it, I'll definitely be interested.
I'll wait till I see something that interests me.
I like the episodic idea where he can do kind of something smaller,
Yeah.
a little bit more interesting with the story.
Oh yeah.
And I'm really excited to see if he does a movie.
Yeah.
I'll be in the theater day one to watch that, assuming it's interesting in general, which I'm assuming it will be, considering his tastes.
Sniff.
Unless it's a horror movie, maybe I won't do that. We'll see.
I'll
little-
definitely do that.
Little bitch.
I'm a bitch.
Oh.
Just you a little bitch boy? Is that what's going on?
Little bitch boy? You a female dog? Very small? Pup?
Freaking pup.
Forget pup.
Yo, give me a sec.
We got 4 more things on the list here. So number 5, game developer Frictional Games, developer of Amnesia, The Dark Descent, and Soma, is teasing a new game
Soma.
on their official website through an ARG.
Yeah, after this, I gotta talk about my experience with Soma, but continue.
Oh yeah, go ahead, man.
Oh no.
You know, it's nice that they're making something for pirates too.
Soma came out back in 2015, and so it's been 5 years now, and they started teasing a new game. So here's what's been going on. In the bottom right corner of their website, a new icon was recently added alongside the social media buttons, which contains a piece of a YouTube URL when a cursor hovers over it.
Yeah.
That'll link you to an unlisted video from the developer itself, 9 seconds in length. It's titled Box 52 Tape 16.
What box?
All right.
But taking a look through the CSS of the official website spits out another YouTube code. This one is named Box 7 Reel 2 Partial Success. Another unlisted video devoid of any visual cues.
There's that many of them.
We already had one box.
They've only found 2 things so far, but I'm sure there's going to be more to discover. I'm excited because I've heard Amnesia's good and Soma was very good from what I watched.
Yeah, like I back in the day when I used to watch like PewDiePie a lot, he used to play Amnesia all the fucking time. Amnesia was like that game, like that horror game at the time that
Yeah,
everybody
it
was
was.
playing.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Soma was released like on PS4 for free. I want to say a year or 2 ago, probably 2 years ago, and like I like was playing it and it was pretty decent, but like nigga, I kept killing people by accident. Like there was somebody, and cause like Soma gives you the option for some reason to like you know, like there'll be people in like a dying state, and you have the option to kill them or just let them be. And like I just remember I was walking around and I kept hearing somebody talking. They were like, "Please don't do it." I was like, "What the fuck?" And then I just noticed like there's a whole like mass of like blob tumor on the ground, and I was like, "What is that?" And like they were like, "Please don't hurt me." I was like, "Who is that?"
Maybe I should stab it to find out what
And
it
then
is.
I finally figured out it was the fucking blob. And I'm like, while he's talking and giving me his backstory, like, cause you can grab wires and shit. And
Yeah.
I didn't realize, but he was hooked up to a machine. And I was like, "Oh yeah, go ahead, keep talking." And like I pulled out the wire. He was like, "No!" I was like, "Wait, go back."
He was like, "Don't kill me! Don't kill me!"
Oh man, nigga, I was like, "Yo, that's terrible." And then there was one more where like this bitch was like hooked up, and she was like hooked up to like this weird monster lung, and she was like, "This is the only thing that's keeping me alive," or whatever. And like there was like, I think you had to like turn her off or like to unplug her in order to progress. There was another way you could go, but I didn't realize it was gonna kill her. I thought that I would just be able to like take it out, put it back in, and she was like, "I just want to keep living, okay? Don't ruin this for me. People worked hard to keep me alive." And I like pull it out, but like I said, I didn't know she was gonna die.
Pull out game week.
And she was like, "What did I just say?" Yo,
That's terrible.
I was the worst nigga in that fucking game, bro. Because I just was not paying enough attention. I was like killing niggas left and right.
That game is great. Like that game, well, it's like a psychological sci-fi horror, but it also has like a lot of philosophical elements in it, philosophical questions that it asks you indirectly that you have to kind of answer for yourself what you need, what you want to do.
Or in Kenyatta's case, just say, yeah, just keep talking. Keep
Facts,
talking. What's
facts.
this?
Are you blind?
I watched Markiplier play it. That's what I.
Yeah, I watched Mark play a little.
Although I
bit.
have it in like 3 places now, so I can play it myself if I wanted to.
You little bitch boy. Yeah, say something.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. It's not that I wouldn't play it because of the horror aspect. I
It's
wouldn't
because
play
he
it
has-
because I've already seen it.
Yeah, it's because, and also because he has Kingdom Hearts to finish. Can't forget that. That's true.
He can't
I have
play
a lot of
anything
things to
else.
do.
So.
Yeah, Eddie's gonna pick you up and slide salsa across your face.
Stop.
Forget.
Forget.
You got me at Addie's gonna pick me up. Because that's not happening.
Eddie's gonna knock you down like the pin you are and the bowling
Wow.
ball he is.
All right.
Moving
So now
on.
that we're calm, what do we have next?
Number 6. Rocket League developer Psyonix is ending support for macOS and Linux in the coming months.
I thought you said you were going to
Mr.
say they were
Psyonix.
closing down, and they're shutting off Rocket League permanently.
Nigga, I would die. I'd be like, that's some bullshit. That's all I fucking
This
play.
is coming from Tanner Deadman at Comic Book Gaming. So yeah, they're ending support for macOS and Linux on on Steam. Like yeah, so
That's kind of great. What do a lot of people play it, or are they ending it because nobody plays it?
so
Well, nobody
Nico,
plays
how
on
much
Mac.
was how much support do they have? You said somebody figured it out that which percentage of the population plays the game on macOS and Linux.
Off of some data, someone said
Two
on
people.
the Rocket League subreddit that it was somewhere around 300,000 people. But then Psyonix said in a statement it's like 0.3% of the community. So I think it's probably less than 300,000.
Only like a couple thousand.
No, not a couple thousand.
It's 2 people.
It's a small
One person
percentage.
has 2 computers on playing Rocket League at the same time.
Gee.
I gotta keep this community alive. Damn it. Yeah.
I mean, macOS is macOS, and that game is not very hard to run, so I wouldn't be surprised if people play on their Macs. And on top of that, Linux is generally, when it says Linux, it's usually referring to SteamOS. So if you have a Steam box of some sort that you have plugged into your TV or something like that, that's usually where Linux is coming in there. Though it can run on other Linux operating systems. So what this means is that coming in March, you won't be able to play online anymore on those platforms. You can still play the game, you just can't play online, which is the majority of the
Well-
game anyway. So That's
terrible.
unfortunate.
Yeah, fuck y'all niggas.
It says a final update for macOS and Linux in March will disable online functionality but would leave offline features intact. So they explained
That's a shame.
why this why they won't be doing this. This is a bit technical, but here we go. Unfortunately, our macOS and Linux native clients depend on our DirectX 9 implementation for their OpenGL renderer to function. When we stop supporting DirectX 9, those clients stop working. To keep these versions functional, we would need to invest significant additional time and resources in a replacement rendering pipeline such as Metal on macOS or Vulkan/OpenGL 4 on Linux. We'd also need to invest perpetual support to ensure new content and releases work as intended on those replacement pipelines. So because they're updating from DirectX 9, which is good because that's a really old piece of software right there.
We're on DirectX 12 now, right?
Yeah, on Windows 10.
Yeah.
Which is exclusive to Windows 10, and I don't even. Wow. I guess the other DirectX software doesn't work on Mac. Maybe DirectX 9 does. I don't know if any of the newer ones do.
So essentially, it'd just be too much of a hassle to keep up.
Yeah, because they'd have to go in and do another different rendering pipeline for the other operating systems, and then upkeep those and make sure the content works on those for them. It's not worth it because it's only 0.3% of the community.
Yeah, community.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, like they got the money, but they just don't want to do it if it's gonna waste their money.
Yeah, in the sense in using it on two people, basically.
Yeah.
So I saw 300,000 somewhere. I don't remember.
Who laughed?
Me.
Oh, because I heard it, but like I didn't see anyone's mouth move.
Like I'm just imagining like this nigga night in, night out, sweating bullets, like not even eating, with 2 laptops, just trying to keep this community alive. He's like, I'm the only one. I have to do this.
Exactly.
It's me.
Hey, go on.
I saw 300,000 people somewhere. I don't remember where. It wasn't where I saw it was from. This post on Reddit says someone calculated it to be like about 500,000 people, which I don't think is true.
If it was
but-
No way.
How many? I mean, how many players have?
fix the problem?
How many active players of Rocket League?
Let me
That's
see.
the real question.
I got
I
you.
mean, you can literally boot it up and see how many niggas is playing.
How many active?
On a day-to-day basis, it's a consistent.
4.
It's usually somewhere, it gets up to somewhere around 200,000, but I think that might just be the East servers. I don't think that's
Yeah, that might not even be.
all the servers. I could be wrong though.
I mean, they're the ones who have the numbers. If they say it's 0.3% of their player base, yeah. See, that's how many people have Rocket League, but it's gonna be hard to figure out how many people have it on Steam and then how many people play it.
I mean, these are Steam
You would
checks.
you would have to like basically if you pulled it up on Steam, like open it up and like looked at a playlist, you could see how many niggas are playing.
Well, on Steam right now, playing 2 minutes ago, and in the last 24 hours it peaked at 78, or well, close to 79,000.
Yeah, all-time peak is at 102,000 for Rocket League on Steam specifically.
Yeah.
That's not including the fact that you can also do crossplay with all the other platforms.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know how many people that actually is.
Yeah.
But they just know that 0.3% of their player base. I mean, that's less than 1%. Like that's almost like that. That's like
it's a ridiculously
that's 30% of 1%.
Facts.
So it's not a very large portion of their community. They just figured it wasn't going to be worth it to continue working on it. It says here actually, yeah. Psyonix said there would be numerous reasons to play it with one of the main ones being the Windows version updating from 32-bit to 64-bit later in the year, along with a move to DirectX 11 from DirectX 9. New content will be playing with the updates in mind, which means it won't be compatible with macOS or Linux devices.
Already.
Yeah, Apple.
I wonder what that means though.
Suck.
Is the game going to run better, or is it going to be?
No.
It probably will have a hard time working on older hardware. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Though I guess. I mean, DirectX 11 works with, I think, Windows 7 at the lowest, but people are even moving away from Windows 7 because
It's dead now.
it's dead.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Unless you want your computer to get hacked.
Fucked.
So, yeah, that's
That
it.
too. Yeah.
All right, well, hopefully if you're playing on Mac or Linux, you have the ability to play elsewhere. If not,
Suck it
that's
up.
unfortunate. Number 7. According to the animator of The Last of Us and Assassin's Creed, one of the graphics features we have to look forward to next console generation, is new hair graphics in physics. And this little video that this guy tweeted about looks pretty cool. It's not from the next consoles, but he's just kind of showing off what the new technology can do and how it looks.
Nico,
I need you to pull this up, my guy.
Did they get a boxing game with like good hair physics? Yo, that shit look ridiculous.
I saw this right before we started the podcast.
Did you pull that one up? That second to last link.
So
You pulled the last link. Okay.
This one.
No, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Never mind.
you're stupid.
Look at him and laugh.
Yeah. That's why you didn't finish King.
Yeah, that little video in the tweet right there. Just like. That's not real. That's rendered.
Wow. What?
Like they're shifting. Yeah, they're shifting the model.
Oh.
But like
Yeah,
that,
that
like
looked good.
actual hair. Like,
That looks
actually
really
crazy.
good.
It looks like they just put a wig
I hope
on
this
that.
is how it actually looks.
That's crazy.
Because hair is one of the sore points in games.
Facts. They do
And,
not care about hair.
Like some people have managed to get hair pretty good, even if it doesn't look like real. Like Tomb Raider has gotten hair pretty good in the past.
Yeah.
The Witcher did hair fairly well. They had the NVIDIA Hairworks thing in their game. Yeah, but he was basically saying like I hear everyone talking about ray tracing, but no one's talking about hair. No one's talking about the things we can do with new hairstyles and hair hair graphics and physics and all that good stuff.
I said,
I said, oh. Yeah.
imagine someone's like, yo, you want a dance battle? And then they're like, all right, bet. And they just come back on
I
screen
know.
like that.
Yeah, nah, that looked real good.
Yeah, that shit looks ridiculous, bro. That looks real. That don't even make any sense.
That's gonna look so good in like the new Sony exclusives that come out,
I
man.
just need to know how it's gonna cooperate with like
Yeah.
game engines and shit.
Yeah, I'm also curious to see because I know a lot of the games that come out during the first year or so are gonna work. A lot of them are gonna work backwards compatible with the old consoles.
Mhm.
It's gonna be like cross generational games, especially on Xbox's side because they're like we're not gonna have any. Though, I think I mentioned when I said that, but that doesn't stop third party developers from doing that. Like they're not gonna like be like, no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be like, well, we're not gonna do it. If you want to do it, you can do it. So yeah, that looks great. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, bro. I want to see how they're about to use that. It's about to go crazy. They're gonna add emotes with my hair back and forth, Willow Smith style. Shit's about to look ridiculous.
Cheap. Oh, all right.
Ain't no fucking yawning on this damn podcast. Wake the fuck up. Drink your coffee.
I ain't
Eat your beans.
Nobody drinks coffee
Sip
here.
the fucking Kool-Aid out of the peanut butter jar.
Sip the fucking Kool-Aid. Yo.
What?
Cheap.
I'm falling asleep. No, but
Wow.
the last
Good
thing,
host.
the last
Nico, I
the
thought
last
this said
thing,
hentai.
the last thing
Wow.
on I hate that. The
Yeah,
last
really
thing
calm
on
down.
the list today is something a little interesting I wanted to plug real quickly. So, according to NPD, the Epic Games Store... Oh, I put the wrong link in here, that's why. The Epic Games Store launch hurt PC game sales overall.
Hurt PC.
What do you?
Did you catch that?
What does it mean?
The launch of the Epic Games Store
Yeah.
hurt PC game sales across the board. They went down.
Why?
I don't really know, but I wanted to look at this real quickly. Basically, according to the MPD, which is these are the guys that report all the numbers in the games industry.
Okay.
They're saying basically like there's a downtrend that when the Epic Game Store came out, like digital sales on PC went down across the board. Interestingly enough.
I think I might have an idea why.
Tell me.
So, well, you know how the reputation that Epic has, people don't like them, right? People don't like the Epic Game Store and
Or like
stuff.
Facebook.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Cheap.
And so
Nobody likes.
basically,
suck.
when the store launched, if there was games that came out on there that were exclusive to there, but a bunch of people were just like, I refuse to buy it on there, so they didn't buy that game neither on the Epic Store or on Steam. So it's like people just didn't buy games because exclusives came out with the Epic Store. I think that might be why.
So you're saying there was a bunch of exclusives that came out that people wanted to play.
Well, that's the funny thing
Not
is
a lot
the
of
thing is
exclusives, but there was some.
A
I think
handful.
that
Yeah,
might
for sure.
have-
though I know
different
I've heard
flavors.
that the Epic Game Store has like been good for developers who put their games there. I don't think anybody who's put their games there has said that they've regretted it yet. I think most developers I've heard from have said like, this has been good for us because we get more money, we get more of a cut of the money, and people are still buying our games. Because people who want to play that game are gonna get that game there, or they're just gonna wait for it to come to Steam.
Yeah, I see a lot more. I see a lot more companies doing this. Like, you already see like PlayStation and like Microsoft getting ready to pull their shit from GameStop. So
Yeah.
Well,
We'll see what happens with that. That might happen in the next generation for sure.
yeah,
This paragraph here says this report from NPD is the first real inclination that either the policy at large or the gaming reaction to it isn't working. Instead of dividing Steam's established base to create competition, it appears that some are simply stepping back from the scene entirely, choosing instead to purchase games on consoles or roll back their gaming budget entirely. Referencing someone here, Piscatella agrees, noting that the consumer experience and choice were negatively impacted in 2019, while marketing confusion created new problems for the ecosystem at large. I mean, yeah, because most games have been on Steam. You launch a game on PC, there's only a few places it goes. It either goes to Steam, it goes to Origin if it's EA, it goes to Uplay if it's Ubisoft. Those are pretty straightforward things. And it goes to Bethesda's game launcher if it's Bethesda. But even Uplay and Bethesda usually have games that go through Steam as well. And then on top of that, the only other place you really get games is the game developer's website if they do it that way. And then occasionally GOG, which is
Gamer.gog.
they do a lot of they have a lot of AAA games now, and they have a lot of newer games as well now. But they also have a bunch of older games on their store.
that's what my girl told me. I was like, "Dad, you gonna take this?" She's like, "No, you're gonna make me GOG."
What?
Huh?
Why'd we keep him on the podcast?
I was about to say, why is he here?
Hey,
yeah, that was your fault. I was under the impression he wasn't.
huh?
I mean, he's here, so I guess we could just put him on.
Hey. You said 5 stupid things
I
already.
just cringed at that, honestly.
While the ecosystem at large suffers, Epic Games Store has been touting their own success.
No, I said.
According to a recent report from them, they have netted 108 million PC customers and made over $680 million within their first year. That's the Epic Games Store.
Wow.
Perhaps a clear indication that the Epic Games Store is a thorn in Valve's side. Steam has been implementing new additions to their platform as the development side works on new software, including the highly anticipated VR follow-up to Half-Life. So we'll see what this means. It's interesting that sales went down overall. I don't know, maybe some people were originally planning on buying a game were like, oh, I'm not gonna buy it on Epic Games Store. I'll just hold off and buy it when it comes to Steam this year, 2020. It's very interesting.
Maybe.
Very, very strange.
Sure.
Anything else, guys?
Nope.
No, nothing to add to that one.
Okay. Then we shall move on to the trailers. We got two. We got two for you today. First things first, we have Star Wars: The Clone Wars is back.
Oh, I'm excited.
And
I
there's-
might get Disney
Star
Plus
Wars.
just because of this.
Because of this.
And there's a new trailer for us. Let's
Let me see it.
Let's just give it a little quick look-see.
1, 2, 3.
Soon, the galaxy
Get out of my ear.
made.
Soon.
The Jedi and the Republic will die.
I sense a plot to destroy the Jedi. Great care we must take.
Why would anyone walk away from being a Jedi? We were trained
TV
to
sounds
be
on.
keepers of the peace,
Turn it off.
not soldiers.
We clowns have mixed
Hey, that's my boy
feelings about
Rex.
war.
I thought you said we clowns for a second.
Shit.
I realized what you were
We
saying.
wouldn't accept.
That's the boy.
this February.
Part of the plan. The plan. Everything is about to change.
Isn't she like a badass or something?
Yeah. Ahsoka's dope. She's been like that from day one. Oh yeah, it's going down, bro.
Every choice made has led to this.
Edgy anime.
Yo, this look real good. Holy.
I might actually go back and rewatch this.
That's what I'm saying.
I need to because I never saw the whole thing. I just saw
I never saw the whole
episodes,
thing
like random episodes.
I'm just about to get Disney
still
Plus
won't-
and watch it through.
I think I was talking to you about this before. Like, I still remember the episode, and it was on Cartoon Network where these niggas was sitting in the strip club with all these aliens with like 4 boobs,
Yeah.
just chilling. I was like,
Wow. My mom doesn't allow me to watch stuff
turn my door about to open. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
So this is supposed to be the end of the series that it never got.
Yeah, I watched a handful of the seasons. I don't remember how many I watched, but I remember watching like 2 or 3 seasons.
It's so crazy to see like those characters all in one place again. It's like this is so old now, but like it's not completed, so they need
I
to
remember
finish
I
it.
had the PSP game for this.
It's always good to see like those shows that like stopped when you were like younger and it was great and it stopped for literally no reason at all to come back and finally get what it deserves.
Like good old Digimingus.
Like Samurai Jack.
True. Yeah. All right, we got one more. This dropped right before the podcast started. We have a new Persona 5 Royal trailer.
Yeah.
Because remember, this game's coming to the West this year.
See, I don't even know what they're gonna show.
Partial nudity.
Jesus
Ooh.
Christ.
Stop.
Oh, that matureness.
That was.
The Phantom Thieves will yield to no one, no matter who they are.
It all started here. Show me your true form.
Garrett.
Style and grace.
That's the new chick.
My weak self relied on
Yeah.
it so much. That ends today. Don't call me a cat. I am Morgana. I'll back you up. So fight like your life depends on it. Let's go.
Oh, that's some new shit.
No one's gonna stop me now. On your knees.
Jack.
Be the best.
I have for sure.
That's my nigga.
To pursue beauty like this.
Allow me some sauce. We're gonna change the hearts of all the bastards like you.
Now that's the homie. Garrett.
I've awakened to a new power.
Squad leader.
Yeah, Makoto can step in my face.
Stop.
It's not wrong.
Figured step on my face.
That's the problem.
It is a huge problem.
If you want my skills, I'll need a letter of introduction.
She's the homie.
Leave it to me.
Oh, alright.
Come back, so to speak.
I'm not gonna say
Show
nothing.
me what you can do. Stay out of my way. All will be revealed.
Love the sound effects.
Oh,
That look good.
oh, wait, pause that for a second. I didn't get to
March
read that text.
31st, that Steelbook.
That steelbook look good.
That's just the launch edition. That's not even
I
a
just want
special
the
edition.
steelbook. I don't even care about the game. Just give me that.
Yum. Delicious.
I'm buying that, by the way, because that's my
Delicious.
that's one of the games I'm playing this year.
Nutritious.
I think.
All right, you
right
can
up
have the
there.
game. Just give me the steelbook, please.
No, I'll skip it too. If I didn't care about the Steelbook, I would say maybe. Yeah, I actually want the Steelbook.
That look good.
What exactly is this? Is this an actual whole game or just
It's
DLC?
it's like a new edition of Persona 5 that comes with new content. There's a new character. There's a new story
It's
involved
like
with it.
DLC.
It's like the game. It's not the game over again, right?
It's the same game,
Yeah, it's the same-
except
okay, it is
they
the
added
same game,
like
yeah.
way more shit
Yeah.
to it.
Oh, okay.
Because
Like
they
if
did
they-
that with Persona 4 with Persona 4 Golden.
Yeah.
Which came to PS Vita.
I'm pretty sure it's like if they were to put this in DLC, then it'd be a big ass DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were just like, y'all might as well just here.
New game, who dis?
Exactly, new game, who dis?
Is it kind of just like how after like Destiny, like either the Destiny games is out for like a year, they'll re-release it with like all the content is one.
It's
package?
like the it's like the Pokemon games when they do the Ultra Sun and Moon type of thing, only if it was good.
Yeah.
So
That's a real F.
When was the last time they did that and it was good?
I guess before Black and White, right?
Yeah, so it'd be Platinum.
Yeah.
One of the greatest.
Alrighty. Let's go right into the news blast. We only have 3 things on the list for the news blast today, and then we'll jump into some memes and we'll get out of here.
No payload this week.
No payload.
Because y'all niggas don't buy shit.
We can't drop some gems on you, man. If you don't buy anything.
Y'all gonna have to work.
Y'all some broke boy Bobbies, head ass niggas.
Wow, you should try that again later.
I just did it now, so.
Go on.
Alright, first things first. Former Splinter Cell creative director Maxime Beland? I don't know.
Beland.
That's his name.
Maxime Larksine.
Has returned. Has returned to Ubisoft. This is coming from Andy Robinson over at Video Games Chronicle. He's the one who broke this news. He spent over 20 years at Ubisoft until he left in 2019 to become creative director over at Epic Games. But it appears that endeavor only lasted 8 months, and now he is returned to Ubisoft. Quote, in his new role, Beland will act as a new vice president for Ubisoft's influential editorial team, helping guide various games across the company. And
so this guy left Ubisoft, went to Epic Games for like 8 months, came back, and they're just like, "You want a raise?"
Exactly.
We'll give you a raise if you promise never to do that shit again.
Cheap.
Like,
now what have you learned?
So I guess the news here is that Splinter Cell.
It's like a nigga cheated on his wife, and then he came back, and she was like, "All right, now you can stick it on my butt. It's okay. We can try new things. Whatever.
All right, fine.
If that's what you want, I guess.
Now what have you learned?
That's gonna keep you here.
If that's gonna keep you here,
that's what you wanted the whole
That's
time.
terrible.
Here you go.
Yeah.
You can angle.
Was he not?
Yeah.
He's above it.
Oh, sure.
I was right here.
No, you're above it.
Okay.
I mean, he got the side angle, so I trust Nico more than you. If I'm being real.
I'm not even gonna try that. All right.
I see how it is.
So yeah, Splinter Cell.
No, you don't.
We want a new Splinter
right
Cell
above it.
game. Splinter Cell Blacklist came out like 7 years ago. So
Who wants a new Splinter Cell game? What do you mean?
I want one because I never got to experience Splinter Cell.
You also never got to experience Kingdom Hearts. What's
It's
up?
a stealth shooter, nigga. That's a lie. That's a damn lie.
Hey, how far are you into Kingdom Hearts 2, bro?
I'm done Kingdom Hearts 2.
Dream Drop Distance.
That's the only thing I'm working on right now.
The only
I play every other game except for Dream Drop Distance, which I'm in the middle of.
Die.
And Point 2.
Die.
And then I gotta play 3.
Die.
The only Splinter Cell game I played was like way back in the day when they still had flip phones and it was a mobile game.
Oh.
That's literally the only Splinter Cell.
I think I know what you're talking about. I think I played that too.
Yeah.
I gotta remember those games that I played on like mobile. This shit was weird. Yeah, we want a new Splinter Cell game. We're clamoring for one. Please, Ubisoft. There's nobody making really good like stealth games lately. There's not very many good stealth games.
Because there was a stealth boom in the gaming community, and now that it's over, people are just kind of sick of it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like what Dishonored, Assassin's Creed,
Thief.
I don't know, but Thief wasn't good.
Yeah, I remember
Thief came out and everyone either just didn't care. They were like, "This isn't as good as it
it.
should have been."
Everybody was hype about it.
Because Thief was a new addition into an old series that people liked. The old series was like an old PC game, and then Thief when it came out was like that game's like a 5 or a 6.
Yeah, they were like, "This game is kind of."
I enjoyed it regardless, but it isn't a very good game.
Just play Dishonored.
Dishonored is really the only game I can think of.
Dishonored.
Assassin's Creed really isn't the same. Isn't like a very much of like a stealth game anymore. It still has stealth elements, but like it's turned into more of an action RPG.
Even Dishonored for me was like, I can just beat the game using like all of these other
you can do it either way.
They don't feel like they matter for the most part.
Well, it's just more so about giving you a variety of ways to play. Like, not everybody's going to play the same way as you, so they'll choose different things that, apply to them.
Which, like, that's cool, that's fine, but, like, you also want to make it feel like each ability, like, matters. Like, oh shit, that does this. And, you know, like, that can only do this. Like, that's, you know, that's cool, that's awesome. But for me in that game, I really just got the feeling of all I need is this one ability. And, like when I got a new ability, I was like, oh, that's cool. Whatever, I can still just use the ability that I got before.
I wonder if 2 is any better in that regard.
I don't know.
I played both of them.
Because there's 2, and then there was the DLC for 2.
It would be like if a new Pokemon game came out and all the new Pokemon just sucked. Like just like, cool, I'll just go back and use the ones I already caught from the last game because none of these new ones matter.
I wouldn't say that. I would say that all the Pokemon came out and they were the same level as your favorite Pokemon, and you're just like, all right, why would I switch it up then?
He was saying like they're the same quality. Like why would I?
Like you got a fire type.
Maybe if they were the same type and everything, then yeah.
Yeah, he's like you're already comfortable with what I got, and they do really well. So I'll just stay with it.
That's literally what it is. Like it's like I said, the whole thing about the powers is just about how you want to play the game, how you want to move around, and that's all. That's literally all it is. It's not really gonna make it so that you can, I guess, I don't know, progress more. It's more so just about how you want to move throughout the game, period. If you want to be more stealthy, if you want to be more loud, if you want to go through different pathways.
I do remember there were also some levels that was just like, I really don't see how you do this another way. I think there was one where I had to like get into a mansion without being detected, but there were niggas everywhere. I'm like,
you're just not good, son.
And I'm like, okay, let's try being loud. I got fucked up. I tried going to different places and going loud, and I got fucked up no matter what. I'm like, okay, let me be stealthy. Nope, this takes like 10 years because this dude's walk path doesn't change for like 10 minutes.
Well, that's like,
so now I'm just sitting in the bathroom going.
Yeah, but then you have like other abilities like possession and shit like that, where you could take the nigga's body over, move different places, and get yourself in a better position. Those were those other abilities come in.
All right, we gotta move this on because we've got to go soon.
You fool.
Yeah.
2 more things. What?
I figured out which Splinter Cell game was on mobile. When Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Conviction came out, it also had a mobile version on iPhone and iPod Touch.
Well, Kenyatta was saying it was like a flip phone game.
Yeah, there was like a...
It was even older than that.
Maybe.
It was like
I couldn't
really...
find anything else, though.
It was stupid old. Like, it was a mobile game, like, before mobile games were, like, on smartphones and shit. It was like an actual flip phone type thing.
I know what you're thinking of. It might have been something else. All right.
I don't think it was Splinter Cell because I don't see anything.
I'll go find it.
All right. Netflix has confirmed it is working on a Witcher anime film titled The Witcher Nightmare of the Wolf, and it will see a currently undisclosed, quote, new threat facing the continent. That is the plot.
It's going to be interesting because I feel like it's going to be a lot like Castlevania, which will be dope.
That would be awesome.
Is it going to be made by him or not?
I don't think.
It is being made by the animation studio behind Legend of Korra.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
So that sounds interesting. Yeah. I'm looking forward to this because the Witcher series is supposed to be pretty good. I still got to watch it, and then anime. So,
I mean, hopefully
they
don't do what they did with the Dragon Prince or whatever on Netflix, because like that was also made from the people that made Avatar, and you can definitely see the animation style is pretty much the same, but they went the CGI route, and I fucking hate CGI so much. But you can get past it. It's not too bad, but I really hope they don't do that.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. I hope so. Hope there's no CGI.
All these medieval anime coming out, like, well, if you want to count as anime, like this and Castlevania, nigga, if they could just make Berserk with that nigga, I'd be fine. Oh my goodness. You saw the Netflix movie.
Yeah.
I don't need to say anything else.
Yes, sir.
Fuck everything else. Drop this Witcher shit. You already got a show. Fuck y'all. Make Berserk. Damn.
All right. Last things last. All of the Half-Life games are free to play on Steam from now until when Half-Life Alyx comes out in March. So if you haven't played Half-Life, you can now play it for free.
If you just waited
all
a
of
little
them. I think you already had it long before that.
I bought those games with the like Valve game package in like the summer of like 2017 or
Yeah, he's had them for a while.
I've had them.
Okay.
So
Yeah. So yeah, but if you haven't played them, you can play them all. 1, 2, episode 1, episode 2 of Half-Life 2. So you can play them all for free and they'll be free to play until March.
I never played any of those games. How were they?
Nico's played them.
they were great.
That's all there is about it.
So you're hyped for Alex?
Very much so.
Yeah, that game looks awesome.
Alex.
Yeah, that's really good.
Well, we gotta wrap this thing up over here. Wes has got to get schmoving. I gotta get some homework done. So,
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna be episode 15 of the Market Podcast. Thanks everyone for watching. Remember to give us a like on the video if you enjoyed yourself and comment. We want to hear y'all's opinions on today's topics and subscribe if you want to see more. And don't forget, if some of you bozos are sitting there wishing you could listen to the show while you're doing your homework or whatever y'all get into, look no further. We're on a number of podcast platforms like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Forget Drinkcast. Do you say Dreamcast or Dreamcast?
Dreamcast.
Forget Dreamcast. Oh man. Castbox.
I would be perfect for that.
sick.
All links are down in the description below. Same goes for you, all your listeners. If you want to see anything, or if you want to see anything from the episode, hop over to the YouTube at Black Market Gaming. Show your boys some love, man. Nico's gonna show y'all some memes. I'm gonna be out. I'm just gonna be out. Goodbye.
Real quick, before Nico begins, like I always say, if y'all ain't watching us on YouTube, I'm gonna hide your keys in your mattress, inside of your mattress.
Nico, I think
Inside your mattress.
might have found it.
Bring me down.
Splinter Cell Double Agent Mobile. That might be it. I'm not sure.
All right, see you, Wesley.
See ya. Goodbye, people.
Get out.
I'm gonna pull this up while you.
So wait, we chilling here?
You got some memes.
I mean, I know Kenyatta wanted to go eat. Hold on, so we're gonna go through some memes while before we actually end the show real quickly. All right, here we go.
All right, so I put together some memes that relate the current events and also popular templates, though I didn't get everything I would have wanted to, but I got some stuff. All right.
That would be important, sir.
Let's see here.
Go with this. Yes. What are the memes we got today?
Well, Kenyatta just read the first one
I
out.
did, but what's the last part? I can't read it. Would you listen to it after a few months not listening to it? God.
True.
Damn.
That's very
And
true.
that is factual.
Facts.
Yes, sir.
That is definitely factual.
I remember my grandmother had that one song with Justin Timberlake and T.I. Dead and Gone.
Yeah.
Yo, she put it on a CD, and it was literally just that song on the CD. And we would go on 2-hour rides with only that song. And I deadass could not listen to that song for a year. But when
I
that
would have
year was
deleted
up,
her from existence.
Yeah. I was about to delete that shit off her CD. She was stupid.
What is this? I would like to see you.
Nigga, I would like that.
Forget see you.
Oh, let me read
Where do you
this,
see
bro.
C?
I would like
All right,
to
wait,
ask
Kenyatta, you be the gray,
Oh
I'll
yeah.
be the blue.
Well, I gotta
Alright,
put my glasses on. This for this part.
I would like to ask you out, but you think I'm ugly?
Who told you? Who told you I think you're ugly?
You don't think I am?
I do. I just want to know who told you.
Forget oof size large.
Ooh. Yo, that.
I've seen this template used a lot this past week or two, so grabbed one of those.
Forget. No, don't get me wrong. You ugly as hell.
Oh, I didn't tell you. I just want to know who did.
Exactly. Who's snitching?
Yeah. Australia confirms 4 cases of coronavirus.
Oh,
Forget this, yo.
Yo, this nigga just sitting in the middle of all these wildfires.
Oh
Man
my
is
goodness.
sick and on fire.
Exactly.
That's terrible.
Nigga has all them
Fuck.
layers on and a scarf and it just has fire.
He just doesn't care.
You'd be sick.
Girls locker room. I hate pee. Boys locker room. Nice dick, bro.
You'd be sick.
Looking dumb.
Yo, I hate that one on the right. I hate that dog. I've seen him enough times. I don't like it anymore. He doesn't have
Nigga has
any ears.
Nigga has a pinhead.
His eyes are just black holes.
I'm tired of that guinea pig. I kept seeing that meme.
I haven't seen that guinea pig, I don't think.
It's a hamster, dude. It's
Whatever,
not a
man.
guinea pig.
Whatever. Fuck him.
Small furry thing.
That's what he said.
Another all he mean?
Rapper says yeah 20 goddamn times in a fucking row.
I saw this one, yo.
Teenagers.
They're like,
I really feel what he's
that's scripture right there. Genesis.
They're like, yo, he didn't say yeah 20 times. He said 21.
Yeah,
what? That nigga rap.
Nigga start crying.
Stupid. I'm like,
when you're a young headstrong disease, but you start killing a little too early.
now all of China knows you're here.
He's sick.
The Chinese virus will probably die very soon because it's made in China. Ha 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 ha.
Forget her. China is horrible.
Yeah, China's cheap as fuck.
I love this meme.
Forget the virus falling apart because it's made in China. That's stupid.
And then the last one is just a Photoshop of Mulan to Wu. And she's wearing a mask.
That's just terrible.
Freaking Wuhan.
Niggas trying to be all badass with a sick mask on, get me sick. Well, get her sick.
Instead of we are men, it's just we are dead.
Okay, that's the podcast. Thank you guys for watching.
She said, "Who spread the
We
virus?"
are dead. You know that this cold is about to baby share. I can't do it. I fucked it up. Oh well.
Goodbye, everyone.
Try again next week or whenever.
See you in February.
Shut up, niggas.
Bye bye.
Well, I'm hungry.